Did you ever wonder, my goodness, December goes so fast and there's so many things, why is that? But really, when you think about it, December and the season of Christmas, if you technically started after Thanksgiving, is really only a month. And a month is not a lot of time to do all the things that people like to do during the Christmas season. So that's something that you need to think about. You need to, be real with yourself and not put such a heavy burden that you have to do all these things during the Christmas season, quote unquote. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So it's Christmas time, and I am here at Delicious Orchards in Colts Neck, New Jersey, and it's kind of drizzling, but isn't this the most wonderful time of the year? Christmas time brings back memories of all sorts of things. Christmas has gone by, good memories, people that maybe are no longer with us, special food, special decorations, special music, special coffee. It's really a time of preparing our hearts for the coming of Jesus, really. And so we all want to have it. We all want to experience the spirit of Christmas. We all know how we want Christmas to be, but what happens? We get caught up in all the craziness, the stress of Christmas. You find yourself running here and there and just throwing things together rather than having them be the way you want them to be. You have times when you're seeing friends and family, maybe that you haven't seen in a while, and you can't really experience it because you're too distracted by all the different things that you have to do. How can we stop that? How can we take control of the wonderful Christmas season? So I have a few tips that I thought I would share. So now I'm home where it is dry. It is one of those cold, rainy days. So the first thing that you can do is buy presents early. Now I know that there are a lot of people that it's like a contest to them with how early they can get all their presents bought. What we like to do in my family is we ask for lists, okay? So, I don't really think that it kind of takes away the spirit of Christmas, but people will literally send me links to Amazon with the things that they want, okay? I don't have a problem with that. However, if it's things that I'm buying, say, for my son, I might ask him specifically or ask his wife, what specifically does Danny really want? So it's a little bit more personal. Let the Christmas season be a time where you have that burden and that one thing off your chest or off your to-do list. The second thing that is good to do to eliminate stress is to have a budget. Now, some people get guilted at Christmas time where they feel like they have to spend a certain amount of money on each person, kind of to show that they're not a Grinch or that they love them. And this is something that you really have to guard against, because the most important thing is that you should give from your heart. Even if it's something that doesn't cost a lot of money, but it's something that that they would really appreciate. Think about something, maybe a gift certificate to their favorite restaurant. That's something that may not be expensive, but it's something that they would really appreciate, something that would be personal. And in reference to buying your presents early, here's something to think about. Did you ever wonder, my goodness, December goes so fast and there's so many things, why is that? But really, when you think about it, December and the season of Christmas, if you technically started after Thanksgiving, is really only a month. And a month is not a lot of time to do all the things that people like to do during the Christmas season. So that's something that you need to think about. You need to, be real with yourself and not put such a heavy burden that you have to do all these things during the Christmas season, quote unquote. So because the Christmas season is only a month long, you might lose track of the time, and then all of a sudden it's a week before Christmas and you still have things that you need to buy online, and that has happened to me. And then what happens? You have to pay for expedited shipping, and it can just get very pricey. So two of the most important things that I mentioned are buying presents early and also keeping to a budget. The third thing that you can do to help you keep Christmas from getting too stressful is to schedule time for things. Rather than thinking of all the different things that you want to do, schedule them. So make a list of all the things that are non-negotiable. So if you're somebody that still sends out Christmas cards, date it, or at least give yourself a week. This week, probably really about this time or maybe next week, that's the week that you're going to do Christmas cards. So schedule it. If you're scheduling it, then you don't have to worry when you're going to get it done. Another thing to schedule is, say there's friends that you always get together with at Christmas time. Schedule it ahead of time. Schedule, maybe you want to go hear Handel's Messiah performed. Schedule it. Scheduling is so important because you're not going to lose track of the time. And you won't miss out on anything. Something that may happen is when you make your list may include 10 different things. So after you've made your list of 10 different things, you may realize that it's not humanly possible. You have to kind of weigh things at that point. Am I able to do all these things and still keep peace of mind and still not be stressed? Sometimes you're not able to, and you have to be real with yourself. You have to maybe eliminate some things and say, well, maybe I'll do that next year. Maybe you want to go, like I live near New York City, maybe you want to go into the city for the Christmas holidays. So if your schedule is too busy, you may have to say, well, I'll do it next year. So we've handled three things. You're going to buy your presents early. You're going to stay on a budget, because if you realize that you're overspending, it's going to put stress. No matter how you look at it, it's going to make your Christmas more stressful. And then scheduling. Other things that you can do on more of a spiritual level, a little bit deeper level. One of the things that I've seen a lot of people do this time of year is, starting December 1st, read through the Gospel of Luke. There are 24 chapters, so if you start on December 1st and you read one chapter a day, on Christmas Eve, you'll be reading the last chapter of Luke, and it's kind of a nice way to really get your mind and heart centered on Jesus and what a great gift he was. Another thing that you can do to get your heart right during the Christmas season is to think about people that you can give to anonymously, kind of like a Secret Santa. Go out of your way to get gifts for people that wouldn't expect it. Not to guilt them, not to make them feel bad, but give it anonymously. Maybe leave something on their doorstep. You know, there's all kinds of different ways that we can incorporate giving into our hearts this Christmas season. And lastly, you've done all these things. You've scheduled, you've went to see Handel's Messiah, you've seen your friends and visited people that were important to you, and you gave a Secret Santa gift to someone who didn't expect it, or you gave it anonymously, and you still feel empty. I would really suggest that it's probably because your heart, you're not allowing yourself to feel the emotions that come at this time of year. Really, the most important thing to do at this time is let yourself experience those emotions, and at the same time get closer to God. A lot of times when we shield ourselves from the emotions that we're feeling, when we shield ourselves from the pain, what happens is we don't feel anything. And that's not good either. The other thing that's important to do at this time of year, during Christmas time, I believe, is one of the events of your life that brings back memories, no matter how you look at it. And unfortunately, it might bring back memories that are not good, that cause you to remember ways that people hurt you. And it might bring up all kinds of bitterness and all kinds of things that steal your joy. So I would suggest during the Christmas season to let yourself forget and let yourself forgive. It's really a time of putting the past painful memories behind you. And the best way to do that is to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're letting that person off the hook, that they're not gonna pay for all the hurt that they did you. It's just a way of just letting it go. Really, nobody can pay you back. Nobody can make up for some of the hurts that you've been through, only God. And if you keep the unforgiveness, it's only going to keep your heart in pain. The only one that can heal your broken heart is really God. So I would just really suggest at this Christmas season to let it go. When you let it go and you forgive, you're going to take that burden off your shoulders and you're going to finally let God heal you. God is the only one that heals the brokenhearted, and He truly does. When you give it to God and you trust Him to heal your heart, you trust God to make it right. Oh, He's the only one that can make it right. So during this Christmas season, let yourself forgive and forget and go forward into all the great things that you have before you. All the great things. Always trust God. If you're still breathing, God has great things for you. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed my podcast today. And I hope that you are able to really enjoy the Christmas season. It's too precious. Your life is too precious to let it go by and not really enjoy the moment and appreciate the people around you and create good memories. So I hope that my content helped you. And if it did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to be able to share things with you, my little tidbits. Next week, I am going to be doing some healthy Christmas cookie recipes, believe it or not. They are out there. And then finally, the last weekend before Christmas, I'm going to be talking about some things about Christmas that you may not know. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.